This is a showcase video for my Maya script scene cleaner. You can go down to the description and download it from there. The first example I have is a car I made for my portfolio, a 1970s Oldsmobile Cutlass, which you can see on my ArtStation. For this file, I was missing naming conventions for static meshes sm_prefix and group_grp suffix. I deleted history for everything, which I recommend you always do unless you need to keep it for certain things like skinning. I create a backup of my file and then just clean scene, and now all my modifications have been applied. Now I want to add some new suffixes and export my meshes, so I'll go into selection mode by clicking the checkbox at the top. I delete the old input in renaming and I put the new suffix _360 for the car wheels that I'll be using for the turntable render. I select the meshes I want to change, then set up exporting to a chosen folder. I exported with BX, but OBJ is also possible. I could have unchecked the delete history box, but it won't hurt to leave it on, and I won't be making backup anymore as I already have the original one I made before running the script. Then I select the other wheels for the beauty render and give them the suffix _beauty, exporting them to the same folder. Now I want to export the rest of the car, so I select it and uncheck the renaming box as I don't want to modify the names anymore, and I just export it as a single FBX to the same folder. Here you can see my original file as well as the backup that has been made and my exported files exactly how I wanted them in my chosen folder. The second example is for rigging, using a model and rig made by my friend Andre, who kindly let me use it to showcase my script. The problem here is missing or incomplete naming conventions all over the file. I just need to write them in the given boxes and choose whether it will be a prefix or a suffix. I don't delete history because it's not needed and I don't want to lose the skinning on the mesh. I'm not going to export this, I want to keep it in Maya. I clean scene and now I have the correct naming conventions. And as you can see, the skinning still works. The third example I have is just a general rendering seaming example with a cloth. The problem here is that I'm missing naming conventions for static meshes, lights, cameras, and materials, and I also want to delete the history of some objects, but not all. I will first add the SM prefix to the selected static meshes after going into selection mode, but I won't be deleting history because I want to show it with a cloth. However, I don't recommend this. Now I go out of selection mode and I put in the other naming conventions I'm missing. Now I will delete history using exceptions. I don't want to delete the history of my cloth sim, so I only need to write an identifier for it, in my case, cloth. The scene has been cleaned and you can see the correct naming conventions in the outliner. The boolean history has been deleted, but my cloth simulation still works. And my materials also now have the m_prefix that I said. This was an issue I discovered while recording the car video, wanting to test the freshly exported FBX files. When I did this, I noticed that some meshes didn't have the prefixes and the group was also missing its suffix. This was initially caused by me not deleting history while running the script, because I somehow forgot how important deleting history is in Maya. After deleting history, those meshes were okay and I was getting the results I expected. However, the car body mesh was getting the prefix twice. This happened because somehow it had a second shape node that would not go away, no matter how much I deleted history and froze transforms. I don't think I could have prevented this within my script, as freezing transforms isn't always desired, and also the steps of deleting a shape node and changing the name could cause bigger problems. But I don't think this issue is that common, it was the first time it's happened to me. Duplicating the mesh also didn't work, and I eventually just ran a command to delete that specific shape node, but it was still there. I wanted to see what would happen if I renamed the mesh, what would change, and doing that finally got rid of the second shape node. I recorded the video again and celebrated the fact that I was finally free from the cursed shape note. If anyone's watching this outro right now, I hope you'll be getting my script and using it yourself because it's helped me many times and I hope it will help you as well.